Everyone knows somebody who should watch Kitchen Independence with David Doc Robertson, Saturday mornings at 10:30 on KPSE My TV. Today, we're going old school, and I mean real old school. Hi, welcome back to Kitchen Independent. Today, like I said earlier, we're going back to the turn of the 20th century. To a meal, I'm going to prepare a meal that was developed by a Dr. James Salisbury. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Salisbury steak? Yuck, what is he thinking about? And maybe you might even question my sanity. But I'm going to guarantee that if you follow this recipe, you won't be saying that any longer. All right? So we're going to start with ground beef. These are some of the ingredients. Ground beef, diced onion and bell pepper, salt and pepper, and let's see, soy sauce, and a few other things. There are a lot, but like I usually say, I will never go too fast for you. So today, before I get started with that, what I want to do is make this a balanced and nutritious meal. So I'm going to start with a small and simple salad. As you can see, I have salad already poured right here in this little container. All right, and all I'm going to do is add tomato slices with that. All right, so we just get this going. I'm going to add just a little bit of salt on these tomatoes. Tomatoes always need a little smack in the morning. You know what I mean? To wake them up. So that's why I think a little bit of salt is a good thing to add on there. Okay. All right. Let's set this down. I'm going to set this out of my way. This right over here. Now, I like a little vinaigrette, and this one is a little spicy, not too much. That should do it. Let's mix this salad in here. With the vinaigrette. Let's give it a try. Wow. Wow, that's pretty good. I think I will. For real this time, we're gonna move on. Okay, so now that we're moving on to the main course, I'm going to dice the onion and bell pepper. Okay, so I had that sliced. Okay, I usually start with the onion. I don't know why, I guess it's just because I am a creature of habit. And this actually looks like enough of the onion. I'm going to move all of these slices over here. Okay, now of the bell pepper, which I sliced off of this was a huge bell pepper. I don't usually pick out huge peppers because they don't have as much flavor as the medium-sized ones. Okay, so now that I have these done, I'm going to put them right in here. Try to get them all. There we go. All right. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is just set this up here on the stove, because we're also going to use that for cooking. The next thing I'm going to do is season the steaks or the burger patties. I need to move this out of the way. Move this. Come on, come on. All right. Make sure you guys can see everything. So as you can see, this is 100% beef. All right. And all we need is a little salt and pepper. Okay. Let's move this salad dressing out of the way. All right. And a little seasoning salt, not too much. Okay. And you want to get both sides done. So let's just turn these over. Nice and easy. Second voice, same as the first. I'm Henry the Eighth. You just put in the salt and pepper the same way. That reminds me of that movie Ghost. That's the song that Patrick Swayze kept singing to make Whoopi Goldberg listen to him. Okay, so the first thing I like to do before I put something in a pan, so I like to warm the pan up just a little bit first. So this seatbelt is really in my way. I like to put that in there so that it starts to sear right away. So that's why I warm up the pan a little bit first. Okay. Get that going. And you can see that I have that on a medium-high fire. Now that's not the speed I will cook. So I'm going to turn that down just so that I don't burn anything. Now it's okay if you use frozen patties. I've done this before with frozen patties, and there's a trick to get the seasoning to stick to a frozen patty. All you do is rub some olive oil onto the patty, just a little bit, so that the seasoning will stick, and then, oh, you hear that sear. That's what I like to hear. And then you apply your seasoning. Okay, so we have that started, and we'll be right back. Okay, so you may recall that I said I am a creature of habit. I decided during the break to switch the rice and the burgers, switch the burners that they're on, because I like to use my frying pan over here. It's just something that I do. Okay, another thing. Now, Salisbury steak, I know it has a bad rep, okay? And a lot of you might say, ugh, he's still going through the Salisbury steak thing. Yep, I'm going to make this dish with 100% beef and only 10% fat. I'm sure I said that before. Now, the kind that you buy in the store, the USDA regulations say that the Salisbury steak you buy in the store, that it's pre-made and processed, it only has to be 65% meat. Yep, you heard me right. I said 65% meat, and some of that can be pork or beef, and then the rest is, I don't know. All right, so that's why I make my own Salisbury steak, and I'm going to move on to the next step. Now, during the break, I leave them simmer on both sides, and I'm taking them out before they're done. Okay. You're going to set those right there, and then we're going to add a few things to the frying pan. First is steak sauce, and I'm going to carefully grab this bottle. Okay, let me move over here. And this is what we're going to make the gravy from. Alright, and like I said, this bottle is quite full, and I'm hoping that I get this up here without any problem. Okay, so let's get my hand all the way around there. Push my fingers together. Whoa! And whoa, okay. So we add about a serving spoon amount. Make sure I get that down very carefully. Whoa, having a little bit of trouble there. Set that down right there. Okay. And next is soy sauce. Add about the same amount of soy sauce. Okay. That went well. Then we're going to add about maybe a half a cup of water. That should do it. Now, you may notice that whenever I cook, I always use a mug to pour things. That's because of the handle it has on there, and it makes it quite easy for me to pour. Okay. Next, what you do now is you scrape the meat flavoring off the bottom of the pan. Now that came from searing the burgers on there. And you scrape all that into the water and the other seasonings you put on there. You put that on like a medium-low fire. Okay, a couple more things I have to add. And I'm going to use this spoon. I'm reaching for cornstarch. Okay. Alright, I got it all over my thumb. That's alright. Now, this will give the gravy some thickness. Alright? That's about a serving spoon amount, and I'm just going to add that right in there. And as the fancy chefs say on television, oh wait, I'm on television. As the other fancy chefs say, I'm going to incorporate it all together. Okay. I think it would be better for me to use the spatula. That way, the cornstarch gets mixed in a lot better. There we go. It's a little watery at first, but it will thicken up, or it will thicken as it warms up. Now we're going to add the onions and bell pepper. Mix those in. Let's just get a little bit of taste in here. That's good. Okay, so we have that going. Oh, shucks. There's one thing I forgot. Okay, we're back. And I had almost forgotten to turn on the rice, which I did during the break. And what I'm doing now is making sure I did not have to add more cornstarch. This thickened up just right. So what I'm going to do is add these back, reintroduce them, as they say. And then let them cook in the gravy. All right, set that right in there. I'm going to put this not on a high fire, but medium-low. You may notice that I like to do everything on medium-low. For one thing, that helps with keeping my pots and pans from getting scorched. Okay, so while this is warming up, I want to tell you, okay, I'm going to check on the rice. Okay, rice, that's doing fine. You may not know this, but rice actually slows down your aging process. Okay, it can also provide a quick boost of energy, help control your metabolism, and what else? Oh, it provides vitamin B1. And one more thing that rice can do is it can control your blood sugar levels. I eat it a lot, okay? All right, and that's why I look so young. I am actually 102 years old. No, I'm not. Just kidding, just kidding. So now I'm gonna just take this off, set it over here. So what I'm gonna do is lower the rice right here. All right, and then right down there. I'm just going to put this in here. Okay, I just added a little bit of water. Can you see how fluffy that is? Nice and steamy. Okay, now some people like to put the patties on top of the rice, and some people put it next to the rice. I'm the type of person that puts it next to the rice. All right, so we're gonna just put this back up. Whoa, almost had an accident there right here on TV. We're gonna put this up here, very carefully. Okay, got it the second time. I almost had to call in for a stuntman. You never notice all the things you have to do until you show somebody how to do it. Okay, so I put those right there. And I'm going to grab these, move the rice over here. Set that down right there. Before I take this one out, I'm going to chop it so I will be able to taste it for you. There we go. And that was easy. Easy peasy. Set it down like that. And then I'm going to smother the whole thing with gravy. Okay. I know you're out there saying, that sure looks different from the Salisbury steak that we get in the store. And you know what? It is. And this is looking very appetizing. And I'm going to give it a test run. Here we go. Wow. You guys, I guarantee that by following this recipe, you will have a different way to look at Salisbury steak. I want to thank you guys for watching this episode of Kitchen Independence. As Brad Pye Jr. used to say, that's all in my time. Thanks for your time, and I'll see you next time.